Question is, how were we received by the locals? The question now is, how are we received by our own people?
Yes, the ultimate compliment to Nairobi and being in Nairobi. I'm saying it's the ultimate because it's like being in Atlanta. The feeling that I've had.
Y'all see the backdrop, right? No, we're still in Africa.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Maren and I'm Maureen. Yeah, so today we are going to be reacting to a video. We have a lot of fans who stay in the Caribbean, others stay in the US, and we also have a lot of Africans who watch us, and also Africans in diaspora. So a lot of you Black Americans have been asking us, is Kenya safe to stay in for Black American people? And we normally say it is, but today we don't even want to talk. We want to react on a video, but we'll be playing you this video of a Black American couple who stay in Kenya, Nairobi to be specific, and they share with us their experience. But let's watch what they have to say about this.
So we're in Africa, we're still here. So how you feel? How you feeling these days?
Well, you know, I've gotten the question asked after the chain of events that's been going on in other parts of Africa, and I was asked, do you want to come back home? Do you think you will come back home? And my answer is, I don't want to go back home. I love this journey. I love being here. I love Kenya. I am ecstatic about this journey. I'm ecstatic about Nairobi. But I love the freedom of choosing how I want to spend my life. I don't want to have to go back to the norm, the rat race, the working 7 to 4:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning till whenever. Even as far as having my own business in the States, that was sun up to sundown, work every day, and never really get a chance to just smell the roses. And it's not easy here. It's not easy being on the continent. But I'm not afraid of anything here. I don't have any fear in my life right now. I'm not nervous. I don't have day-to-day anxiety of how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that, how I'm gonna get through this, how I'm gonna get through that. Now, there is those days where I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make money today. I hope I can do this, I can do that. But it's not, that's just a regular life. But to be able to take a walk, I enjoy taking a walk this morning. People probably think I'm crazy because I'm walking and smiling and looking up at buildings and looking for butterflies.
One that's from up north that don't never smile, as you always remind us.
I'm saying good morning to the butterflies.
Good morning.
I am happy.
You'll never say good morning.
I am happy. I am happy. So unfortunately, even as my granddaughter asked me today, you know, she's contemplating or considering going back home so she can go to school and you know, go to high school for her high school time. She said, Jado, why you won't just come back with us? And I'm like, I don't want to. If you leave and you're going back home, I will take that as this is my time to take my steps and just live for me. I don't have to live for my daughter. I don't have to live for my granddaughter. My mom is gone. I no longer have to live for her. So now this is the time that I will live for myself. And myself wants to continue this journey. I love it. I love this journey. And I know it's different for you. But for me,
I mean, not altogether. It's not altogether different. You know, I mean, much the same. I would say now being in Nairobi, for me it feels like being in Africa for the first time,
like seeing Africa with new eyes,
with fresh new eyes, right? I feel better. You know, my thinking is a lot more clearer. My spirit is a lot more light. You know, so I jokingly say Nairobi saved me. You understand? Because there were a lot of questionable things for me. You know, but not even just myself, just watching how you all are, how the effects of it is for you, for my mother, for the girls, and to see how much the same. Things are a little lighter. You understand? There's a lot more room to grow and more expression, you know, for all of us in our own way. In our own way. The possibilities. That's the part. There's more of possibilities. So that's good. That's really good.
And this new journey that I'm on is because that is a situation, because that is other people will have that type of experience as well. How are we received? Are we looked at and so forth? So for me, it's like, okay, and I'm a Capricorn, that's just how we are. The solution is create that environment that we were looking for our people. So when our people do come, the question is how were we received by the locals? The question now is how are we received by our own people that knows how it feels to not be received at all.
And you know, and that's good. That's really good. You're absolutely right. And I think being in Nairobi, you know, is helping me with that being a possibility that can be done.
Yeah, that can happen.
That can happen. Whereas when we were in Rwanda,
we didn't know though. We didn't know that it was needed. We were one of the people that were like, it's okay, we can do this on our own. We don't have to need, we didn't trust too many, and for valid reasons. We kept our circle small, you know, for valid reasons, and that was what we needed to survive that journey.
That's true. However, you know, see, it appears as though we're fresh here in Nairobi, but it appears as though our community of people, there's a difference here than it was in Rwanda. It seems like there's more of a genuineness in how our community of people are willing to aid and assist, and the camaraderie is a lot different. And I think a lot of that has to do with because of Nairobi, being in Nairobi.
Because a lot of the people that we deal with here, they spent time in Rwanda.
Exactly.
So they understand because of that time that they had the importance of unifying us as a people. Like we've met genuine people that just want to see us succeed here. And they pour into us, they minister to us, they just really, really, really help to see that if it wasn't for them, would we have been able to survive this transition? I'm not sure. And so other people that come over, we have to be able to be that vessel for them as well.
I guess the ultimate compliment to Nairobi and being in Nairobi, I'm saying this the ultimate because it's like being in Atlanta. The feeling that I've had.
Y'all see the backdrop, right? No, we're still in Africa.
We're still in Africa.
All right, welcome back, guys. So the first question I want to ask is, I'd really like to know what happened in Rwanda, you know, because the couple says they were first in Rwanda before they came to Kenya, and the experience there, you can see they are a bit uncomfortable with talking about their experience in Rwanda, but from how they're explaining, it's like Rwanda wasn't all that welcoming, especially the Black Americans they found in Rwanda. But another point they've said, and they've said very well, is that why they love Kenya and why they love their stay in Nairobi is when they got to Nairobi, Kenya, they felt like it reminded them, the vibe reminded them of Atlanta. Yeah, and that is why we normally encourage Black Americans to come to Kenya, because already if you come here, I normally advise people, if you're used to the fast life of America, like if you don't want to feel like you're missing out or your life is moving slowly, come to Nairobi, because Nairobi has that sort of westernized you know, culture. Exactly. It's not as fast as Nairobi, but it will help you with assimilating with with Africans and the African culture. Another thing the couple mentioned was that Nairobi has friendly people, right? And Kenyans in general are friendly people, and that is one thing you'll notice as a foreigner landing in Kenya for the first time from the airport. You'll realize that Kenyans are very, very friendly people, and this is one of the things this couple loved about Kenya. So if you're asking how will I be treated as a Black American coming to Africa or Kenya, I think this about sums up the
the experience.
Exactly.
Another thing they said about coming to Kenya is that why they settled in Kenya so fast and got to know around everything and all of that was there was already an established Black expat community in Kenya that helped them assimilate with everything very easy.
So here you already have a community of your own. Like I was talking about this in another video. When you come to Nairobi, Kenya, and like I feel like every group has already settlers who are from that part of the world. So if you come, you're not coming like jumping into the deep end without knowing what to expect. Already there's a community. So if you do your proper research, you will come to Kenya
You'll find
not
a
as
support group.
You'll find a support group. You won't come as a loner, and you won't have to go through things alone. So Nairobi has a lot of those. Another thing they've mentioned is the vast economic opportunities that Nairobi has to offer. You know, I believe, let me just say it, I believe as a Black American, when you come,
your dollar will accord you to afford certain business opportunities that
certain luxuries, and certain luxuries. So if you're looking, so long as you're very intentional with what you want, how you want to settle in Kenya, what you want from Kenya, and you know how long you want to stay in Kenya, believe me, some things are very, very achievable, like business opportunities. If you're coming, and some people normally say that it's very expensive to relocate and move to Kenya, but to Africa. But what I have to say is it might be the process of relocating might be expensive, but life in general in Africa is way, way more affordable compared to life in America. So if you want to make that move, I suggest just do it, right?
And then also not just them, but many other African Americans who've come to Kenya and the rest of Africa. What they love about Africa is that Africa generally has good weather. And I think most of you in the comment section can agree with us, because I believe in America you guys do experience winters, and you know the weather can be quite cold on your end. So here in Africa the only bad weathers are during rainy seasons, but you guys are used to much worse. So rainy seasons won't be anything, you know, crazy for you guys.
And for those of you who are asking about investment opportunities in Kenya, by the way, we have a video coming up about this. So if you have questions like maybe you want to purchase a home in Kenya and you don't know where to start, if you have questions like
how to purchase land and property in Kenya, where to start, we have a video coming up on this. But overall and in general, what the couples are saying also, not only them but many African Americans and Blacks from anywhere who've come to Kenya and settled, what they say is much as life is expensive everywhere, in Kenya it's quite okay. It's also expensive, but it's quite affordable compared to America. Another thing, the nightlife, you know, because I'm trying to picture a city like Atlanta. Never been there, but what I normally see in movies, there's a lot of rappers there. Atlanta is the home of talent, you know. So Atlanta has that nightlife, you know, scene,
that nightlife scene, the party scene. If you're that kind of person, you won't fall short here in Nairobi, because Nairobi has it has it all. If you're looking for nightlife, it has it all. So you won't feel like you're missing out on your culture or anything, because there are places that provide that type of lifestyle. If it comes to real estate, you don't have to worry about, you know, some people associate Africa with just mud homes, you know, or just regular stone trees.
And as you've seen from where this couple are seated, you can even see story buildings behind them, you know, development. Africa is developed. Africa is not a jungle.
Right. So if you want to make that move to Kenya, just make the move to Kenya. And if you're a Caribbean watching this, and or any other black person from any other place, let us know what type of video you want us to do for you. Or if you have questions, you can reach us out on Instagram, personal Instagram account.
Yeah.
Mine, that chick Maren,
and I am
Apio Maureen.
Yeah. But you guys remember, before you come to Africa, do your due diligence and do research on where you want to settle, the places you want to settle in Africa or in Kenya. Do your research. Don't just
up and leave.
Don't, what is it usually called? Man, don't just wing it and come to Africa.
You say, I'm going to Africa, man, and then you get to Africa and then
you find yourself stuck or being conned because you don't know ABCD. So do your due diligence. But yes, but either ways, Africa is a good place to live in, especially if you're coming from America and you got the dollar.
Yeah, so let us know what you think about this on the comment section. We really appreciate you watching this far. Consider subscribing if you have not. Leave a like and also share with someone who you think might benefit from this video. Bye. Let's catch you on the next episode.